it is Lena Bell, Southern ASMR, back with another video. Now, this one I'm just going to, instead of rambling, to an extent, I'm going to be talking about the art of rag rug making. The rag rugs I'm going to show you are projects I've been working on for gifts, for Christmas, for birthdays, for baby gifts, because it can create many things. I'm also working on 2 quilts, but it's more so preliminary at this point. Alright, so what I'm talking about, and I'll show you what I have here. I'll show you, so what I've done is I started the structure part of one of these rugs. This is the color of the Polish flag for a reason. I know it looks like a bullseye. It's very small. And the seam looks a little funny. That's the background. But the reason I did not finish it yet is so you can see what it looks like. So, and you can ignore me, I'm dressed kind of funny. I have a college shirt. I've never been to this college, but I have this on. I got it at a thrift store. I think it's somewhere up north. Okay, so this is the one I'm currently working on. This is going to be a gift from my grandmother. Now, what I do is first, now what I've been using Walmart sacks to separate different fabrics. So this is a mix of red t-shirts and this is a scrap, and this is a different red that was part of at the Salvation Army nearby. There was like 50 cents per fabric. Didn't really matter the yardage. It was whatever was there. So that's what this is. This is a shirt in a very ripped up, torn piece of fabric. I just cut different pieces, and the white is a shirt, and then an actual white bed sheet. So what I do is I cut it, and over a while time I create this very long rope, depending on what I'm trying to do, how big I want the project to actually be. This one itself, and it's still going, and as you can see, the red and the white is getting longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. And this is my end piece. I currently stopped because I'm almost done with the rope part, and you can see it tapers off. So this is what this looks like. Now, a lot of these rag rugs are typically 3 in each one. Now, this doesn't do a very good display, but there are 5 in each braid, in each little section. There are 5 different pieces. And I will be showing you an example of another one I have. Turn on the light. This is my sewing reel. We have here are different rag rugs I'm working on. Now, this one you can really see that there are 5 different colors. This is a shirt. This was a skirt. This color. It's very thick, durable piece. I've shown the one in my bathroom, and then one that I gave to my boyfriend as a gift. And by this point, it was just a shirt, and this one I'm not as happy with. This is a scrap piece that this was a leftover. This was all far leftover some other pieces. The yellow was from a sunflower I made for my boyfriend's mother. Now this one's very, very large. As you can see, my hand. Now a yard might be one loop around this edging. As you can see, I picked out specifically pinkish kind of pastel colors. This was a bed sheet. It had flowers on it. Very pretty. That was found in my friend's storage. It was just dirty and ratty. I've started this to show you the process. This took me, it depends because I don't have as much time to sit down and really work on it. What I use, here I have, this is an embroidery thread, that it's kind of like a multi-purpose for many things. This is obviously on its way out. In this bag I sewed myself. I have a black version. My dog just came in. I have a black version. This is just yarn. And then more of the white. Now these were gifted to me. This one is my boyfriend's favorite. He's really excited to see how this turns out. So what I do is, after creating the rope, as you see here, I did different. It's going to be a design to it. And I know people that sell this for like $60 a piece, because it does take a lot of time. So I actually bought this new needle. Some people use what's called like a doll head needle, which is this huge needle that you can pierce through a doll head or like a teddy bear to put in the eyes, like button eyes into a doll. Now this string is also called button thread, and what I do is I flip it on its back and I sew into each thread. So I go in one and then cross into another, back and forth. It's a lot of pulling and tugging, and I need both my hands and then some. So this was a bed sheet that someone threw out. Well, not threw out. It was in this scrap pile. That would work. Then in here you have an old shirt, another one. Another fabric I was given. More of the rug. A white bed sheet. Different pieces, and over here I'm working more so just cutting squares out of pieces that I've been given that I want to make 2 baby quilts out of for 2 babies that have been born recently. And this is actually an old pillowcase. This was an old blanket. That's a pillowcase, and I'm going to slowly sew things together into a cohesive piece. So the pink one might be another baby gift. I'm not sure. So what you see, okay, so this is my hand. It's not huge, but if you see, it's very big compared to my hand. Now what you got to think about is, since I round this up, this side, and you can sew it with this side facing up, but you wouldn't want, in my opinion, to use more surface area. You want to do this. Now the history of this kind of rug making, from what I've learned, I did a historical internship, and what I've learned and how I learned this craft of this type of rug making was it came from typically or what I've seen of the modern. The rugs that are made today come from the same style of early American women rug making, using every scrap you can. Now these are all scrap. I only purchased 50 cents for this light one for all this. Really, I haven't purchased much of anything except this needle, thread, and sometimes different fabrics. That's a fabric box of mine. This one is, and then this is for unfinished projects. And then I have my thread up here, which is for other projects not related to the rugs. But the history behind it is kind of vague, but basically a dirt floor or a floor that wasn't carpeted. That was a typical thing you're going to see in early American history and in early American houses. So you want to use every scrap you have left. You're not going to throw things away. This is a different period than now. You want to save everything, and what I do, some people I've seen so... Sorry, I looked out the window because I don't want anyone walking in. Okay, so what I have... Now what I do, some people will sew the scrap onto what you were working on. What I do is I do 2 holes. I cut 2 holes into the existing piece, which is this one up here. I know it's both white, it's not very good. And then I loop it through, and then tie it into a slip knot. I think it's what it's called, because it gives it more texture. You have some bumps sometimes. Let's see. Like you can tell right here. This one's very dizzying. I actually didn't like doing this one very much. It is very nice, you know, it's very durable. You're not gonna, it's not, this one has a little bent to it because of how I made it. I didn't have a proper, it was before I moved in, this piece, so that's why it's a bump here. But you can see this piece is cut, is a little upward. It's not coming out, it's securely in there. This one, there is actually a 3 braid in this one. You can see it's very small. Now my braiding technique is very tight. I tight braid everything. I tight braid my hair. I tight braid. I've tight braid corsets at a job I had. I tight braid, and that's why this is so thick and so sturdy. I've seen machine made rugs at Walmart once from like the Pioneer Woman or something, right? You saw it? No, I'm kidding. He just wanted to say hi. That were a lot thinner. Now I have talked to a woman online who does 3 braid. She does it very loosely, so this is very tight. 5, and there's so many different braids you could do, but this is the one I'm preferring at the moment. I feel like it's best. It keeps. It's very thick, and yeah, it takes a lot longer. The machine, as you can see, I have a really nice Husqvarna machine over here. At this point, it's too thick. Now, I don't have a denim needle. I've seen this woman who I was talking about, who makes these rugs. I talk way too fast. I really do, right? She uses a denim needle, which is for thicker pieces. And she only does a 3 braid out of 5. She doesn't tight braid it so much. And then she's able to do this stitch. Like that. Not like that. There. Like that. Across it. So instead of you not seeing how it's connected, like right here, and it's only on the back, you do see a stitch. But she does make it very beautiful. She's very good at it, and I would like to one day be like that. Now this is more of a hobby. These are gifts. I've used these for table toppers. If you did not already see, that's my rug. That one's pretty big. Where's my foot? It's very big. That one took a month and a half. But that was in the beginning. Then this one took like 3 weeks, and this is very, very thick. This is a heavy one. I put it here on the under the record player because there's glass, and this is so thick. This is actually pretty good for a table piece. And I might make another one down there. This is a decorative piece. I got it for $9 over in the town over at this kind of like thrift store thing that is up as brand new. But I would like to put one under here because this is a very heavy piece. I know it was a little rushed. I'd love to talk about this more, maybe demonstrate it. But this is my crash course, my little history, my little discussion on rag rug making. It's a very old school thing. Not many people, not everyone likes it, but I've given a lot as gifts. I've had very, very good reception with them. It's not just a southern thing or anything like that. I've seen it around. I do a lot of other different crafts. I've made many more things. If you're interested, I made the table runner over there in my kitchen. There's a lot of pieces around here. My dog's following me. A lot of pieces I have made, but this is just a hobby, just a really nice passing time currently when I do have the time. So I thought you maybe be interested in this. See, there's a slot incline in there, and it's because I'd had to really tight stitch in there. And this is, it doesn't wave very much, a little bit, but it's not, I could pull on it, it's not coming apart. That's why I like to make them this way, because I want them to actually work and last. And I know you could tell this one, I did it one by one. The thing is, somehow, not somehow, they did end up aligning. I'm going to redo it and do a little better as I go on. I just have a lot left, as you can see. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to know more, I can try different things. I don't know, like kind of like a tapestry piece. I might actually do one of the, like, put a circle on that wall. It's too empty. Make it really big. It just takes a while. You do need a lot of material because you're braiding it so tight. This red, all the red and all of this was one t-shirt, extra large red t-shirt. And then it was an extra large men's Hanes t-shirt I got for 75 cents. Both were 75 cents. So that's really the only thing I bought for this. Everything else was either like 50 cents or I had, that was given to me. So, yeah, I think it's a very nice a gesture for gifts, for purchasing. When I make really nice ones, those are this one, yes, I'm giving as a gift. This one I am still proud of. It's just, it won't look very good until the border's on it. In my opinion, the border kind of make or breaks it sometimes. Like the one I showed you with the red and the blue. I'll show you really quick again. It looked funny. Now this is the same color as the interior, which I can't really show you right now. But the border really made it. It made it just so much better. So, yes, that's all I wanted to show you and talk about today, because I know I've not been very active, and I would like to build up this again now that I have my own place. I'll be here at least a year, so I'm not actually moving around. I'm not in different states and different countries all the time. Look, there's a piece of the shirt I found. I don't know what it said, but it's gone now. And I'm still going to use this piece, because that's the thing about this. You use every piece you possibly can, because it's recycling. It's a really nice, pretty way to recycle, and I encourage anyone to reuse anything they have, or just donate your crafts to me. I just stab myself with crafts or thread to me. I'm kidding, of course. And how I stop it, by the way, is I use a pin. That's kind of unsafe. I did that very hastily, but I use, you can see the top of it is white, which is not very safe, and they bend very easily because it's so thick. It just, safety pins work very well too, huge ones. But if you want to discuss more, this is not very haphazard. Begin the little thread piece, needle piece I've been carrying around. No words. Alright, well that's all for today. I really hope you thought that was kind of interesting. I hope I wasn't too rushed, and I hope the audio was pretty good, or okay, or decent. Okay, bye y'all. Please come back. Thank you. Comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate you.